Hello there my friends and welcome to MasterMan Countdown. As an anime fan, I have watched a lot of anime, both dubbed and subbed, and instead of getting into debate on what I think is better, I'm just going to state that I'm more of a dubbed fan myself. There's a good reason for that. Dubs have come a long way from where they've started. More money, better equipment, and a passion to do just as well as the Japanese dub. Now, does that mean every dub is good? No. But I think it's fair for when they put together a really good cast, it's fair to acknowledge them. So I'm counting down the top 11 of my favorite voice casts here today. Now, for some exclusions. Not that I don't love these casts, but everyone already praises these, and I wouldn't add anything new to it. Finally, I haven't seen every dubs, so don't be sad if one of your favorite dubs aren't on the list. So without further ado, my exclusions. Yes, 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 ignoring that certain dub theme and some very cheesy writing for the dub, Digimon has a very nice cast and even some very nice voice acting. Not to mention, anyone who has seen my list of the Digimon voice actors returning knows I'm all for this dub cast. The cast consists of Joshua Seth as Tai, Michael Ayres as Madge, Colleen O'Shaughnessy as Sora, Mona Marshall as Izzy, Michael Lindsay as Joe, Felice Sampler as Mimi, freaking Wendy Lee as TK, Laura Jill Miller as Kari, Tom Fawn as Agumon, Kirk Thornton as Gabumon, Tiffany Crichton as Biomon, Jeff Newmore as Tentomon, Anna Garduno as Palmon, Robert Martin Klein as Gomamon, Laura Summers as Patamon, and Ade Merman as Gatomon. Adding some other voice actors such as Paul St. Peter, Melody Spevek, Derek Stephen Prince, Bo Billingsley, Tom Weiner, Michael Sorak, Robert Axelrod, and Richard Epcard, and that's just to name a few. Overall, the dub has not aged well, but considering the time it came out, I don't consider it a bad dub. It has a great cast, and a cast that I still love today. Chris Patton, the voice of Greed from Full Metal Alchemist, voicing the main hero, sign me up. Along with Lucy Christian and Bigman Yaga as Kanade Chidori and everyone's favorite Kurtz Websters, with Allison Keith, the voice of Misato Katsuragi from Evangelion, playing Misato Katsuragi. Then there's Mike McRae as the villain who does an excellent job voicing Galen. It's been a while since I've seen that series. Add in Monica Riel, Greg Ayers, Jessica Bones, Mike Kleinhens, Alison Sumro, and Hilary Hagg, and you have together quite the talent. Yes, they changed the names, and honestly I don't care. The characters are still the same. This is one series I feel is better dubbed. You have Alison Victorian as Conan, Jerry Jewell as Jimmy, Colleen Klinkenbeard as Rachel, Laura Bailey as Serena, Troy Baker as Jen, Chris Sabat as Vodka. Then there are three characters that I stand by believe that the English voice actors did a better job with them. Those being Mark Stoddard as Inspector Joseph McGuire, Bill Flynn as Agasa, and the R. Bruce Elliott as Richard Moore, as well as one of the best performances of his entire career. Robert McCullum, in my own personal opinion, is a really underrated voice actor. He's been working with Funimation for a long time, and yet I never hear anyone talking about it. So when I found out that he was voicing Kogami in this series, I was ecstatic. And he pulled it off. Of course there is also the main character Akane Tsunemori, and Kate Oxley nailed her character, adding in Lydia McKay, Lindsay Siddell, Josh Grell, Jason Douglas, Michael Federico, Linda Leonard, and Stephanie Young. The one that really steals the show, and just like the show itself, is Shoko Makishima, voiced by Alex Organ. Not only is Makishima one of my favorite characters in the show, it all comes down to the way Alex delivers his lines. Just by the class Alex gives Makishima. Overall, a really great cast that I just love to rewatch several times. What I love about Magi is the fact that two of the three main characters are pretty new to the dubbing world. There's Eric Krimmer, who plays Alibaba, and Erica Mendez, who plays Aladdin, both of whom gone on to work on several other popular series. And then there's my favorite character of the series, Morgiana, voiced by the lovely and talented Christina V. This is one of my favorite Christina roles, and she does a fantastic job capturing Morgiana's personality. Add in voice actors like Matt Mercer, Barbara Goodson, Tony Oliver, Patrick Sykes, Todd Haberkorn, and Vic Miyaga. That's just to name a few. And you have a great cast all around. Like I said with Magi, Erica Mendez, for a very new voice actress, is quickly becoming one of my favorite voice actresses. Then there's the rest of the main cast. You have Carrie Kiranan, David Vincent, Christine Marie Cabanos, Matt Mercer, Patrick Seitz, Grant George, Steve Staley, and Sarah Williams for the main cast, with the supporting cast by Marco Sorak, Erica Hallicher, Doug Stone, Kaji Tang, and Laura Post. With a good balance of new and old voices, it's a great cast. The main cast is voiced by Johnny Bosch, Crispin Freeman, Corey Wilgreen, Michelle Ruff, Bryce Papenbrook, and Daryl Gilbo. Just those names alone, several of which are anime legends, is impressive. Though what's even more impressive is the supporting cast. Yuri Lowenthal, Patrick Sykes, Steve Blue, Ryan Beacock, and Mila Lee, just to name a few. The only problem I have with this cast is very minor, but when we reach number 1, you'll understand why. Why do people hate this dub? Once again, this is a dub I feel is better than the Japanese, and all that comes from one person. The one character that even people who haven't watched the series knows, Kamina, performed perfectly by Kyle Abert. The rest of the cast is very well put together as well. Yuri Lowenthal, Michelle Ruff, Tony Oliver, Hayden Welch, Bridget Hoffman, Sam Riegel, Johnny Bosch, Christopher Corey Smith, Jamison Price, and Steve Blum in one of his most underrated roles. This for me is one of my favorite casts put together, and I didn't even name several of the big named voice actors. The main cast in this series are all anime legends. Crispin Freeman, Wendy Lee, Michelle Ruff, Johnny Bosch, Stephanie Shea, all fantastic in the roles that they play. The supporting cast is also very well liked as well and well received. Not to mention the fact that they all returned to voice their characters in the disappearance of Nagato Yuki-chan just makes it all the more fulfilling. I love this cast. I really find it a bit underrated, and the fact that they were all able to come back to voice their characters is just the cherry on the top. Once again, another dub that I just find better than the Japanese version. In this series you have Josh Grell, Kerry Savage, Chris Sabat, Kent Williams, Sonny Strait, Trina Nishimura, Vic Miyaga, and R. Bruce Elliott makes up the main cast. With the supporting cast including Todd Havercorn, Eric Vale, J. Michael Tatum, Mike McFarlane, Colleen Finkenbeer, Jerry Jewell, Chris Carson, Kate Oxley, and Jason Douglas. A wonderful cast that if it wasn't for the fact that I watched #1 this last year, this series would be #1. Instead, we have without a doubt the best English dub cast I've ever seen. Everyone plays their roles perfectly, with a cast of characters so big that I had to limit the amount of perfection in this cast. We have Brina Palencina as Ennis, Jason Libras as Luck Gandor, Maxie Whitehouse as Shez Mayer, Sean Hennigan as Misa, Todd Havercorn as Firo, Brian Massey as Lad Russo, Joe McDonald as Jacuzzi, Jerry Jewell as Claire Stanfield, Christian Sutton as Carol, Monica Rial as Chane, Ian Sinclair as Dallas Genawad, Jad Saxton as Eve Genawad, Colleen Klinkenbeard as Niece, Trina Nishimura as Rachel, R. Bruce Elliott as Zizard, Chris Patton as Graham Spector, and Kent Williams as Gustave Saint Germain. That's not even naming half of the amazing cast. But the two that really excel, that makes me love this cast, is J. Michael Tatum as Isaac Dean and Caitlin Glass as Maria Harbent. Like I said, in Durarara, this was the one problem I had with the cast. Even though it was for 1 minute, Isaac and Miriam make a little cameo. And unfortunately, Aniplex couldn't bring Tatum and Glass to do these characters. The replacements they got weren't bad, but they were just not as good as Tatum and Glass, who just made the characters their own. So there you have it, my top 11 favorite dub casts. Does that mean these are the best dubs of all time? No, like I said, these dubs are all expertly done, and the casts are just things that I just love about them. Every anime that I excluded from the list are all wonderfully dubbed, but I want to get your opinions. Do you listen to English dubbed anime? What are some of your favorite casts? Until next time, I'm Anime MasterMan, and this was MasterMan Countdown.